Alright, so I just brainlessly sanded every wall in this van, and now it is time to paint it. The paint that I selected, I hope my mom will be proud of this because every color that she paints in the house is so light to the point where you don't know if it's actually a color or if it's gray. But this one, a light blue. And the reason I chose it, because it blew me away. And that's only because that's the name of the color, so. I literally just went to the color wall and I'm like, whoop, sounds good. Blew me away. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Doesn't it just look beautiful? I have no idea how it actually look on the plywood and stuff, but don't matter because it says it's not returnable. Let's get to painting. Probably mentioned that majority of the walls are going to be blue, as in these, and then back wall is going to be blue, but the 2x4s for the framing, I'm going to paint those white. So I don't know what color I'm going to paint the box yet. Probably white. And then I think I'm going to have to use a lot of white paint on stuff, so I'm going to try to save as much as possible. Or use as much of the blue as I can. So you saw the walls in there. This whole piece is actually going to be white, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Same with all the framing here. I don't know if I actually want to record myself painting, but I'll probably record myself for at least like 20 seconds. I would hope by now that we all know how to paint. I think even a child would know how to paint. Now, painting it the right way, that's the adult thing. Oh yeah, definitely one of those colors where it makes me question if it's actually blue or not. Bought a roller, got a pan thing, go and roll it. You know what? I take it back. I have no idea how to paint. Whoa. Alright, cool beans. That's how I'm painting things. I need my tunes back, so I'll be back. Alright, well, that's the color. It's actually not as gray as I thought, but it'll do. I went a little overboard on the paint everywhere with the roller, but that's okay. I do have some confidence in my paintbrush skills, so once the white comes out, I'll make that look half decent. I do have to do another coat still. That's all that. Now, as for the countertop stain and poly, that's right here. Seems like it's coming along pretty well. Alright, well, I'm about to go home, but I do want to paint this before I leave and put another coat of poly on the countertop. So one of the things that I also wanted to do was cover up these gaps on the bottom as well as the top. I know it's very bright, but so I did want to get a piece of pine and probably just paint it white as if like it's an actual piece of trim for a house. And then I'll cover those up. Everything is all painted white and ready to go for the assembly. So you may be wondering how I'm planning on getting water from the top of this cap or just from this jug to the water pump and then from the pump to the sink. I don't know. I'm getting there. This is one of the ideas that I had. I walked into Lowe's yesterday. I'm also doing this in the middle of the electrical video, but I'm waiting on lugs, so don't worry about that. This is my idea. Basically a giant straw. Plop said straw into hole in the cap. I'll drill a hole. From there, I have a barbed piece that I can throw vinyl tubing over, and then a hose clamp, and that'll go straight into the water pump. And that's my idea. Hopefully it works. Will it? Better. Alright, hole is drilled. I thought this was going to be a lot snugger of a fit. So I guess we can always just throw some epoxy on there or something. Once this is on. So then I'll probably cut it like there. Insert barb into hole. Minty. That's definitely a good seal. But I'm going to throw a hose clamp over it anyway. Alright, I guess that was completely unnecessary because I realized that the hose that I had was bigger than I thought. So it goes right over the pipe. So I'll hose clamp it to that, and then I'll put it to the water pump. Now I don't know what I'm going to do from the water pump to the faucet. Alright, so I know it's hard to see. From here, my water jugs will be right here. And then I actually found out perfectly they fit sideways in here, side by side. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to build up a little platform for them like this. And then that'll stay like that. That's where the water jugs are going to be. And then I have the suction side of the pump coming into the strainer, which comes along with the kit for the water pump. And then the output is right here, and then I'll go straight to the faucet. And then I'll have to wire in all that to my little 12-volt fuse panel that I will eventually put in. Alright, so technically I have never actually connected my sink drain, which means that my sink has been used as a storage bin since I left about a month and a half ago at this point. I would honestly like to get that going now. So I connected up the hose. I kind of roughly fitted it over there. I do want to kind of make a little trap for myself too, like that. Figure that out. The only thing is that the arbor that I had was for the wrong size hole saw. This was one size too small. This was set for like 1.25 inches, and this hole saw is 1 1/8 inches. I thought that was 1 1/4 inches, so went out and grabbed a arbor. Roughly, I need to figure out where to cut that because I have the support beam. I should probably not go like right next to the exhaust, but I have that support beam right there, and I'm not sure exactly where that comes out. But after that, we should be good. All right, I think I'm just gonna set it somewhere over there. All right, well, I thought I was good with that hole. Turns out I was not. It goes directly into the frame. So I am now drilling another hole in hopes that it's not gonna go into the frame. There we go. That's not the frame. That's the frame. All right, I'll probably have to chisel out a bunch of stuff around this to get the hose to actually go down inside of it, I think. Oh, nope. All right, I guess I'll have to hold something on top of this. I thought that was gonna be a snug fit. Guess not. All right, so that's what we're rolling with. Got a little trap right here. And it goes back up, it comes back down. I use this little rubber piece that's on the end of the hose as like a wedge to go inside of the hole. And this will be the straw for the intake portion of the water pump. And now I guess we're gonna have to test that. So let's find out. First, I should probably take all this out and whatnot, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, we ran into our first major problem, and that would be the leaks. All right, so every time that I turn the pump on, everything decides that it doesn't exactly want to stay in or come out of the faucet. So what I'm going to do is attempt to lower the pressure significantly and then just see if it will stop spraying everywhere for one, and then I'll just gradually increase it from there up until it's almost blowing up, and then I'll turn it back down again, and then I'll leave it at that. All right, so it looks like that worked. Along with tightening up the clamp up there. I guess that was loose, but I found out that since this faucet has the 2 holes for hot water and cold water, if I pump this on hot, it'll actually explode down here. But if I keep it on the cold setting, which is supposed to be on anyway, we're usually pretty good. And that's fine. That's what I got. So, works out pretty good now. Nice, I feel accomplished.